Can't decide between pizza or pasta? Put them together. This surprisingly easy pizza pasta bake is the perfect way to satisfy your cravings without having to make any hard decisions. This delicious pasta also makes great leftovers, so you can take more time to relax and eat during a busy week. Let's make some. So right out of the gate, I want to address that pizza, like all foods, is subjective when it comes to what we like. Some people like certain ingredients on their pizza and others don't. So what I want to stress is that you should make this dish your way. Use whatever your favorite toppings are and treat this baked pasta the same way you would when ordering a pizza from your favorite pizza spot. For today, in this recipe, we're going to be mimicking what would be called a deluxe pizza or a loaded pizza, depending on where you're watching from. Now let's take a closer look at our ingredients. For our pasta, we want to use any variety of pasta that's a short noodle. I'm going to use penne rigate, which means it has these little ridges on the pasta to hold the sauce better. Get a pot of water and add a couple teaspoons of salt. Bring that to a boil and cook your pasta till it's about 80% of the way cooked to your liking. This is always the first thing I do because it takes time to boil the water and cook the pasta. And in that time, we're gonna prep and cook our other ingredients and our sauce. Now for our meats, we're gonna be using two different kinds today. And the first is pepperoni. Today I'll be using capital pepperoni, which is a cooked pepperoni that comes in sausage form like this, which is really nice for this dish. Once the pepperoni is scored and the casing's removed, it's easy to cut our pepperoni into whatever size or shape we want. And in this recipe, I actually like to cut the pepperoni two ways. Once into these chunks that make it really easy to grab with a fork, and I also like to slice the pepperoni to get some decorative pieces that'll go on top of the dish. For our second meat, we're gonna be using some hot Italian sausage. I actually had this in the freezer, just in the packaging that it came with, and look how great it thawed. It's always useful to have a pack of this stuff laying around, as it can be used as an ingredient in almost anything. For vegetables, we're gonna use sliced onion, mushroom, and green pepper. Also, on a quick tangent here, does nobody like green peppers anymore? These are getting so hard to find in my area, and this was by far the best looking pepper, which is, yeah, okay. Anyways, make sure that all the vegetables are cut into slices and set those aside. Now moving over to our pan, or in my case, a wok, we're gonna score our Italian sausage and remove the casings. Just drop the meat straight in and mash it up as it cooks. We're also gonna help it along by adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now to this, we're gonna be adding in our sliced green peppers and our onions. Mix it around and cook everything together until the onions start to go soft. You'll see that they start releasing their moisture right away. Make a well in the middle of the pan and drop in a scoop of minced garlic. If using fresh, this is about 4 cloves of garlic. Once you start to smell the fragrance of the garlic, you can go ahead and add in your pepperoni chunks. After 3 or 4 minutes of occasional stirring and browning, you can add in our sliced mushrooms. The mushrooms will shrink really quickly, so we want to put these in towards the end. Only let those go for about a minute before adding a can of crushed tomatoes. Now, if you've been watching the show before, you know I like to use San Marzano tomatoes whenever I can, but if you can't find those, use whatever crushed tomato you can find. Now to that, I'm also gonna add a jar of pre-made pasta sauce. We've covered tomato sauce a few different times on this channel, so I'm not gonna go over all the steps for that right now. But if you'd like to see how I make tomato sauce in a simple and easy to follow way, you should check it out on our channel or our website, capitalfinemeats.ca/recipes. We post all of our videos, written recipes, and more over there. Our website also allows you to see things like serving sizes before you decide to follow a recipe, and also gives you the option to scale the recipe up or down right on the page with the click of a button. We've also made these recipes printer friendly, so you can add them to your physical recipe collection at home. Now that all of our tomato sauce is in with our meat and vegetables, we have one ingredient to add that's gonna fully take this from pasta sauce to pizza sauce. And that ingredient's oregano. Now, I think a lot of people would be surprised to find out how integral this stuff is to nailing the flavor of a good pizza sauce. Sprinkle about 2 teaspoons of oregano in, and our sauce is complete. Now, in our baking dish, we're gonna add our partially cooked pasta and a few big scoops of our pizza sauce. It's a sin in my family to serve pasta without any color on it, so I always do this to make sure everything's well coated before I ladle on the rest of our sauce. You should do it that way too, okay? Once the pasta's entirely covered, we're gonna lay down a generous layer of grated Parmigiano cheese before covering the entire thing in a thick layer of pizza mozzarella. Lastly, we're gonna lay down our pepperoni slices and this pasta is ready to bake. About 45 minutes in the oven, uncovered at 400 degrees. To know when it's done, the pepperoni should be sizzling, the cheese should be golden like a pizza, and the house should be smelling incredible. Now you can plate it up and enjoy your new favorite twist on pizza night. If you enjoyed this recipe and you'd like to see more, check out our page or our website, capitalfinemeats.ca/recipes, where we post all of our food content, written recipes, and more. If you liked our video, let us know in the comments or by clicking the like button. Thanks for watching Capital Kitchen, and I'll see you next time.